What's going on, sports card collectors? It's a Monday. The NBA Finals is over. My Lakers have won. I did not expect that to happen last night, at least not in the way they did it. What a blowout. Congrats to the Lakers. Congrats to LeBron James and Anthony Davis and clan. Also, congrats to the Miami Heat. To my opinion, they overachieved. That's not why we're here. Today, I want to talk about all eyes on GMA. It was going to be all in on GMA, but I don't want to give the misconception that I'm only grading with GMA when that's not true. I do have cards sent out to SGC, so I'm relabeling it to all eyes on GMA. And let me tell you, we're getting noticed. I'll explain. Recently, I was attacked by an individual that had made an offer on eBay for, if you're familiar with the LeBron James Marvels card. I have it graded. It came back at 10 through GMA. Yes, I bumped the price up. I'll even tell you it was bumped up a little over $800, but I have best offer. So middle of last week, I received an offer. Someone offered me $150. I declined it. And then Friday, I received another offer for $200. Now, I didn't pay attention to who was making the offer. Little did I know that both the offers were from the same individual. 10 minutes after I declined the $200 offer, the individual replied back to me, you and I both know that GMA is no good and they're nowhere near PSA. And I responded back with, I will agree that GMA is not bringing PSA 10 levels, but they are bringing in between the 9 and 10 PSA. And said to the individual, if you would like to make a better offer instead of lowballing it, I'd be more interested in entertaining that. And the individual said, lowball offer. Show me the comps. GMA is the equivalent to raw. Please explain that to me, how a raw card that is not encapsulated, that has not been graded, is equivalent. Well, so I'm kind of getting irritated. I'm not upset yet. And this guy keeps coming back at me. And I said, if you want to make an entertaining, a better offer instead of a low ball, I will definitely entertain it. And the guy goes, besides, the back of your car is dinged and it's not a 10. It wouldn't be a 10 with anybody else. So I'm making a realistic offer. So tell me what your best price is. So I looked at the card. Yes, there's some whiting coming on the back of that card. However, if you watch any of the other videos, PSA Collector, for instance, they'll tell you that PSA has been known, especially if it's not affecting the front of the card, that some slight whiting on cards, they will issue a 10. This is not a lot. So I'm getting kind of frustrated now because he wants to show pictures. He's circling in red and he keeps going after me. And this is by now my fourth message with this individual. And I've just told him, I said, if you want to make a better offer, I'll entertain it. If not, have a good night. And so I thought, you know what, let me go on to this individual's site and see what it is they're selling. So they had a bunch of LeBrons, some like duplicates of PSA graded cards, PSA 10. And matter of fact, one of the cards, I went and looked on it and I clicked on it and I looked on the back side of it, and the whole right side from corner to corner on the right side had whiting on it, the whole length of the card. And so I responded back to him. I said, you might want to look at your cards that you're selling through PSA, because I said, you're having the same issue that you're pointing out at me, except your card is worse than mine. So the individual didn't like that and had told me that, this is a laughing stock. Do you think GMA is the equivalent between a 9 and 10 in PSA? And I just simply said, listen, I acknowledge that GMA is not at a PSA 10 level, but at the same token, PSA's got their own problems of their own, and left it at that. So that was probably a half-hour span, and so I'm sitting there, I'm kind of irritated. I'm like, what's this guy's issue? This is what I have for sale. If you don't want to buy it, then why are you going after me? So not only that, but then I had an individual on my YouTube channel that watched one of my GMA videos, and the response I got back, and if you're a subscriber, I'm not going to give up the name, but the person subscribed back, because people can go back, check the comments, and if you've already seen it, you'll already know, said, girly man authentication. I kept my mouth shut. I was going to respond back. But instead, I got thinking, tacked twice within 3 days. You know what it is? I could be upset and irritated and go between, put my tail between my legs and kind of walk away. I'm not. This is what I believe is happening, folks. GMA is starting to put themselves on the map. There's a blip, there's a radar going, and it says GMA. And they're getting it recognized, they're being acknowledged more, and your PSA faithfuls, your loyals, are not liking that. I don't get bashing comments from BGS customers. It's the PSA locals, the loyals, sorry, that will wait the 6 to 8 months for their card to come back and will give up their first child and 2 front teeth to get that graded card. I know PSA has new pricing. Listen, I have never gone on here to bash the other companies because I have graded cards from all the other companies. All I've ever done on here is saying GMA needs the recognition. Also, just like SGC, there's room for 4 top grading companies: PSA, BGS, SGC, and GMA. There is room. But what happens is, especially a company like PSA, which I think is politically funded, there's politics involved in this. There's a gentleman on here, and I can't think of his name at the time right now. I think it was Sean something. 25 years ago, he worked at a card store, and he'll tell you about the first time that graded cards came in and the political corruptness of PSA. And I'm not here to bash, so I'm not going to stay on this too long. My focus is on GMA here. I just want the acknowledgement of GMA. Yes, I understand that they lack some of the things that your BGS and PSA have. I know they don't have the registry. They do have the certificate number, so you can contact GMA to confirm that is a valid serial number on the graded card. They have upgraded their label once. If you have any of the older graded labels from back in the day to what they have now, it's definitely a vast improvement. And could it be updated again? Yes, and I've said it before, as they grow, those upgrades will come, but please keep in mind, the more upgrades you have, the more the prices are going to go up. PSA Collector said, it was expected that the prices were going to go up on the for PSA because it was overdue. Some of it you like, and he was going around. I was watching a video today showing where to look to get a different price than just submit now. So what we need to realize is it's just like buying a car. The more bells and whistles on a car, the more the price is going to be, the more problems that can go wrong. GMA is keeping it simple right now. Simple works as far as if you want to have your personal collection encapsulated, there it is. And I'll be honest with you, do your homework, because I could sit here and show you, but I think it's more beneficial if each individual person does it by look at the grading scale for PSA, look at the grading scale for BGS, SGC, and GMA. GMA is pretty strict in their grading structure. So for people to say, okay, you got a GMA 10, that's more like an 8 or 9 through somebody else. That is not the case. Matter of fact, if you remember, I had a BCCG graded 10 Allen Iverson Topps rookie card. I broke it out of the case and I sent it into GMA, and it came back an 8.5. I can tell you I did not damage the card when I broke it out, but it was a graded 10 and it came back an 8.5 with GMA. So and I'm not saying that's the case all the time, and I'm not saying I'm going to break a 10 out of a PSA and it's going to come back at 8 or 9. What I'm saying is, I think you could say that about everybody. I think you could break a 10 out of a GMA and it might come back a 9 through PSA or BGS or SGC, and vice versa, all those companies. People just need to keep an open mind. What makes you happy? And at the end of the day, when it's costing you out of your pocket, you just spent money maybe buying that card raw off of eBay or Mercari or Facebook or wherever, and now you want to go send this card in to get it encapsulated because it's part of your personal collection. You want the best bang for your buck to protect it. Well, you're not going to spend $15, $20 on a card that isn't maybe worth that much right now to get it encapsulated when you could spend $5 through GMA. Okay. And honestly, guys, I really do like the GMA slabs. Yes, I know that the tag is not that appealing, but it's not that bad either. Um, I've actually even considered sending in my first order through PSA, but honestly, I don't want to spend that kind of money. My second go-to besides GMA is SGC, and again, I've told you I like the tuxedo black slab um, with that border, and so I'm going to stick primarily to GMA and SGC, and that's why I submitted 2 orders to GMA. They received one of my orders Friday. They received the other one today. I got the confirmation. And what it looks like from Alan, my order that he received today told me it would be done by the 26th. That's 14 days. So it's really 14 days from when they receive it, not from when I sent it. I'm okay with that. I have, I think I have a box right here actually for SGC waiting to go out. I think I have 6 or 7 orders that I sent through group submission from a Facebook group submission for SGC, and I did one myself with 3 cards to SGC, which I'm fine with it. My whole idea was to have enough graded cards out there for them to cycle in. So some of those are personal collections, some of those are going to go online for sale. And naturally, I'm going to do my reveal videos for both the SGC and the GMA separately, obviously, just to show everybody the results on that. And actually, some of the cards I did crack out of GMA to send them to SGC just to see what it would do. I'll eventually end up doing the same thing. I might crack some out of SGC and send them to GMA to see how those do. I don't do a lot because then again, you're dipping into my pocket, which it does cost money. But I just want you guys to stay proud on the GMA. Those of you that are new and are considering doing GMA, there is absolutely nothing wrong with GMA. And again, it's still a personal choice, just like a personal collection is a personal choice. So for those of you that watch this that are big on PSA or BGS, please don't look at bashing. I'm not bashing either one of those. I acknowledge that those are the 2 top grading companies. I'm just simply saying there's enough room for 4 individuals or 4 companies out there to grade cards. There's enough collectors out there, and that's the nice thing about having choices and preference. The more you have, I think the better it is for the hobby and for the collector and even for the business person that's flipping them. If you want to make $10 or $20 profit, go ahead with the low-end GMA. If you want to make hundreds of dollars of profit, then go ahead and wait for the PSA to come back, but you run the risk of not getting as much profit because of that long turnaround time. So guys, with that being said, I didn't want to be on here too long, but eyes are on GMA. GMA is getting noticed. People don't like it because it's starting to tread in their territory. They want to tell you that a GMA 10 is the equivalent of a raw card. Please, that doesn't even make any sense whatsoever. I could see if maybe you said a 7 or an 8 maybe be the equivalent of a raw card might make sense to me. But a GMA 10, I'm sorry, that's worth between a PSA 9 and 10 all day long. Okay, so hold strong, be patient. Those cards are selling. Go on there and do your research on eBay on sold listings, especially GMAs. They are selling. There's even been cases where the GMA card sold for more than the PSA card. So again, it's just your personal preference of what you're looking to get back on a return on it. The GMA turnaround time is still less than everybody else. Alan's been fair. He's a tough grader. He doesn't just hand out 10s. That's already been proven time and time again with other YouTubers putting up their videos. I've even shown before that I'm not getting all 10s, but I've also learned a lot since I've doing graded cards. As a kid, you collected, you didn't worry about centering. You just want to make sure the corners weren't dinged. Well, now you got to worry about edges, centering, left, right, top, and bottom, and then cleaning cards. Didn't know anything about cleaning the cards. Now I look at my own cards before I send them on. If they're the prisms, the shiny optic where it can show fingerprints, I am handling those and I am wiping those down with a glass cloth. So and that's where we're going with that. Guys, please feel free to ask any further questions. If you have any feedback, I take constructive criticism. I'm fine with that. I just want to see everybody open their eyes and be open and understand that it's a personal choice. You don't have to like all 4 of the grading companies, and that's fine. But at least honor other people's options. If they want to honor somebody that you don't want to, that's fine. Like I said, that's what makes the hobby unique. It's personal choice. It's your personal choice. I'm not going to bash you because you go with PSA. I'm not going to bash you because you go with BGS. I'm not going to bash you because you go with GMA or SGC. I want it to be an option. GMA needs the recognition. There's over 41,000 listings right now. When I just typed in GMA on eBay, there's over 71,000 listings right now for SGC on eBay. When I did a search, there's 800,000 some on for PSA listed, and then there's, I think it was like 300,000 or 500,000 for BGS listed. So obviously the top two are in the 100,000s listed. GMA, SGC are picking up the bottom. SGC's ahead by 30,000, but that's okay. We are getting recognized, and I only mean that because of the feedback that's coming back from individuals that they need to take time out of their day to respond to a GMA post, YouTube post, or a GMA graded card that's listed for sale on eBay that somebody's taking their time out of after a declined offer has to come back and start bashing. So guys, with that, please don't forget to follow us. Please don't forget our giveaway that's going on. That will be the drawing on Halloween, October 31st. I'll put the link to that video down below. Don't forget to hit the notification, guys, so you're alerted when we post another video. I appreciate everybody's support. I appreciate everybody that follows us. As always, stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you next time.